Screen Rant lowered Black Myth Wukong's score after a female journalist criticized the game for not including female characters and for the monkey's supposed lack of diversity.
God damn it! You can't make this shit up!
She then attacked the developers over false accusations. Black Myth Wukong, combat is fluid and fun, cinematography can be breathtaking at times, great diversity in items and mechanics. Cons, game's performance is unpolished, lacking in inclusivity and diversity. While my analysis review of Black Myth Wukong remained focused on gameplay, it's important to mention the controversies surrounding the game's studio and the reports of misogyny and sexism from developers. Playing as a female gamer allowed me to notice issues surrounding inclusion and representation. Nothing about being a female allows you to play a video game in a different mindset. That's not even true. That's retarded. Well, I mean, I guess it makes sense, right? I mean, playing like a moron does, and so you do get a unique perspective on this, but it's just not the one that she's talking about.
Stop it. Get some help.
There are two major reasons that go to explain away the brain rot that encompasses the average video game journalist mindset. Reason number two will leave you going, well, duh. And reason number one will have you going, can't say I'm surprised or shocked by that statement. So first off is reason number two. These people are clearly, var. How do you say?
Unfortunately for you, however, you are maidenless.
I mean, guys, how else do you explain how somebody plays a game like Black Myth Wukong and comes out thinking, my, it was a rather jolly good show. However, I must protest. The entire thing just felt like a rather boring sausage fest. I mean, is it too much to ask to have creatures, monsters of the JJ orientation, melanin specifically, to combat the ever-growing trope of inequality? Now, the number one reason is, of course, as you may have already guessed, they are paid actors. Their virtue only goes as deep as their pockets allow them to.
That's not ridiculous. That's not ridiculous to say that.
And I don't really blame them. The old adage still rings true that every man has a price. It is far easier to compromise and to stand for nothing, especially when money is involved. I mean, personally for me, put $1 million in front of me and there's no telling what I would do. Possibly in my next video, I might be championing the agendas and all that stuff and being like, you know what, guys? Maybe this gay stuff ain't so bad. However, I would argue that a very compelling reason as to why we should strive for integrity and virtue is because all good things that are worthwhile are difficult. It's difficult to stay healthy and stay in shape. It's difficult to go to the gym each and every single day. It's difficult to stand for something and have principles and morals, especially when you're confronted with a negative onslaught of people that do not agree with what you are saying. It's difficult to be a good person, you know? And I think that is something that these journalists have yet to understand or simply embrace.
I can see what they're doing, what he's doing. I can see it, I feel it. He's cooking.
Right? Oh, apparently, yeah, this is coming out. Yeah, here we go. Like, I asked myself, who's this for? I mean, is this for, like, are kids gonna watch this? Like, the only way that I can accept Disney doing this is the idea that they have to do it in order to maintain the IP. And so they're just doing this over and over. It's like they have to do this for like copyright law.
I think that a significant milestone to highlight here, besides Disney having one of the most disliked trailers in YouTube history, is the comment section. Someone said, it's all CGI, but they call it live action. Weird. That's not Snow White. That's Lord Farquaad.
Sensational.
Rachel Zegler is the fairest of them all. That's what happens when you buy your mirror off eBay. Snow White, don't waste your time. Prince, I don't need a man to save me. The prince. Actually, I was just going to ask if your stepmother was I ain't
gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
No dwarves were hired during the making of this film. Making the dwarves CGI so that they don't have to hire dwarf actors is wild. Eesh, dude.
To this day!
Commercial break!
Yes.
I have 28 kills!
I know.
How many do you have?
0.
How many do the other 3 buttery smooth brains have?
0.
Now look at my ping!
Your ping?
Look at it! What does that number say?
274.
My ping is insanely high, huh?
Yes. I don't even know how you're killing people like that.
Now extend it!
What do you mean, extend it?
Extend it! What does that number say?
I don't know. It's hard to read it without the commas.
My ping is so high I have to press all my controls 1 round ahead of time!
How is that even possible?
See that guy I just killed?
Yes.
I shot him 2 minutes and 36 seconds ago!
How?
I had to predict all my 28 kills and the rest of my team can't even get 1 kill!
I'm sorry.
You guys are so brain dead, you're making me want to say words I'm not allowed to say!
Someone said the last time someone was on horseback was over a century ago. But then, of course, guys, the most important question is, what did he do to make the Elden Ring boss that mad?
Hey, he's not make sure. He's not make sure.
Now talk.
You know, this is amazing. It's hard to believe that Ubisoft actually made this title. I mean, how come there was no backlash over the samurai class back when For Honor was still roaming the streets back in 2016? How come no one was complaining about cultural appropriation of the samurai class? Because they got it right. But then for some reason now, they have no idea on how to best represent the Japanese people.
Hey, can I help you? Yeah, can I get this? Oh, wow, Vice City. That's retro.
Yeah, they really go all in on the 80s nostalgia.
What? Oh, no, like Vice City the game is so retro.
What? Vice City isn't retro. Came out when I was in high school.
Sure, but it came out in 2002. So that's like 22 years old now? Wow, I wasn't even born yet. Weird.
I mean, 20 years isn't that long.
Yeah, but if you think about it, the time gap between when Vice City was released and now is actually longer than the time gap between Vice City and its setting.
What?
Yeah, so the game was released in 2002, but the game's setting is in 1986. That's only a 16-year gap. Math is fun, huh? Like if they made Vice City today with the same time gap, it would be set in 2008. Can you imagine that? With references to really old movies like The Dark Knight and Iron Man 1? But seriously, man, no roasties. This is an amazing game. My dad used to play it all the time. And it holds up surprisingly well for being such an old game. I mean, it's a really great vibe. Kind of makes you forget the 80s were
40 years ago.
Oh God, right in the mortality.
Oh, man, not again. Second time this week.
Gaming in your 30s.
Hi man guys, but this is insane guys. So you mean to tell me that Need for Speed Underground, Need for Speed Most Wanted, God of War 1, Assassin's Creed 1, all those games are now retro and we're practically dinosaurs now? That's crazy man, that's just crazy. Iron Man 1 is retro, Batman is retro.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
Break's over.
Looks like the Witcher video game series is now yet another victim of building a strong franchise on the lead of a strong male character and then having his own franchise hijacked by a female lead. So, according to the voice actor of Geralt, Geralt will no longer be the main focus in The Witcher 4.
Witcher 4 has been announced. I can't say anything about it. What we know is that Geralt will be part of the game. We just don't know how much, and the game won't focus on Geralt, so it's not about him this time. We don't know who it's about. I'm excited to find out. I want to know. I have not seen any script yet. I have not... I mean, I couldn't tell you if I did. This is the thing, so, I could be lying through my teeth. but I'm not. Or am I?
So this isn't something that I would necessarily consider newsworthy, because Geralt's story was essentially concluded with the DLCs Blood and Wine and Hearts of Stone. However, I think in Melonie's defense, from what I got from what she was saying, is that she's simply tired of the fact that males will essentially build a franchise to success, and then of course they'll be replaced with their female counterparts. I think that's basically what she's hammering at more than anything else.
Gamers are sick and tired of narratives being shoved into titles, companies nickel and diming us and releasing incomplete products, and now we're finding out that Korean devs are reporting a major burst of interest in games from their region, but also single-player console and PC games.
Now, it's no surprise as to why our Korean devs are experiencing so much interest in single-player games, because, I mean, guys, Korean developers basically represent traditional gaming media as to what it used to be like before it became extremely far left, you know. Even though, of course, traditional gaming had its faults back in the day. But it's understandable as to why we are seeing a resurgence for the return of traditional gaming media. Korean developers embrace good storytelling, no monetization in their games. They're not afraid of expressing female sensuality. So why wouldn't they actually be experiencing a burst of players or a burst of interest in their single-player titles? Thank you, you awesome, fantastic people, for tuning in and for liking and subscribing. Remember, stay frosty and VWIW. Vote with your wallet.